Chapter 14. Mr. Willy Wonka. Mr. Wonka was standing all alone just inside the open gates of the factory. And what an extraordinary little man he was. He had a black top hat on his head. Covering his chin, there was a small, neat, pointed black beard. And oh, how clever he looked! Suddenly, he did a funny little skipping dance in the snow, and he smiled at the 5 children near the gates, and he called out, "Welcome, my little friends! Welcome to the factory!"
His voice was high. "Show me your golden ticket and give me your name." Who's first? The big fat boy stepped up. "I'm Augustus Gloop." He said, "Augustus," cried Mr. Wonka, "my dear boy, how good to see you." Delighted, charmed, and these are your parents. How nice. Come in. That's right. Step through the gates. "My name," said the next child to go forward, "is Veruca Salt." "My dear Veruca, how do you do? What a pleasure this is. You do have an interesting name, don't you? I'm so glad could home. You father? How are you, Mr. Salt and Mrs. Salt? Overjoyed to see you." "Yes, the ticket is queued in order. Please go in." The next 2 children, Violet Bill, Grant and Make TV, came forward and then had their arms practically pumped off their shoulders by the energetic Mr. Wonka.
And last of all, a small, nervous voice whispered, "Charlie Packer." "Charlie!" cried Mr. Wonka. Well, 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 so very, I knew you're the one who found your ticket only yesterday, aren't you?" Yes, just in time, my dear boy. So happy for you, your grandfather. Delighted to meet you so. Overjoyed. Excellent. Is everybody in all 5 children? Yes, good. Author is about begging.
"Here we are," cried Mr. Wonka. "Through this big red door, please." "What's right? It's nice and warm inside. I have to keep it warm inside the factory because the workers, my workers were used to an extremely hot climate. They can't stand the cold." "But who are these workers?" asked Augustus Gloop. "Be patient. You shall see everything as we go along."
Charlie Bucket found himself standing in a long corridor that stretched away in front of him as far as he could see. "How lovely and warm," whispered Charlie. "I know, and what a marvelous smell," answered Grandpa Joy, taking a long, deep sniff. "How these, my dear children, said Mr. Wonka, raising his voice above the noise. This is the main corridor. Come on, then. Here we go.
Come on, great Mr. Wonka. Get him on, please. We'll never get round today if you don't like this. So he turned it right off the main corridor and down another hairy passage. There he turned it left, the left again, the right, the left, the right, the right, the left. We're now going underground. Are the most important rooms in my factory deep down below the surface. I'll carry it out, Mr. Wonka.
Why is that? Somebody asked. There wouldn't be nearly enough space for the upper on top, answered Mr. Wonka. These rooms we are going to see are enormous. They are large than football fields. Mr. Wonka turned right, he turned left, he turned right again. Then suddenly Mr. Wonka stopped in front of him. This was a shiny metal door. On the door in large letters it said the chocolate room.